Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here everybody. It is July 7th, 2025 and the time is 6:05 p.m. Let us tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with us this afternoon, this evening. Storyline for the collective, please Spirit, storyline for the collective. Storyline for the collective, please Spirit. All right, in the central energy, excuse me, justice. The law of cause and effect is in order. Balance is being restored. In the challenge position. We've got the 9 of Wands. You're very strong. Your boundaries are firm. Weary. In the subconscious, the devil. In the recent past, we've got the Emperor and Knight of Cups. The Emperor is building a stable foundation. He's offering protection for love unions. So yeah, we're going back to honest to goodness love unions. It could be that there's an Emperor who made a proposal, or he's just overseeing them. Take as it resonates. Intentions, expectations. Temperance in the reverse. So the Emperor is dealing with this Knight of Cups and the intention, the expectation. Temperance reverse. There's overindulgence and extremes. Somebody doesn't have any inner harmony. They're out of balance. They're out of whack. It might be that's what he's dealing with in the near future. Memories. So, nostalgia, looking at the history, the lens it's being looked through. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. In the environment, we've got a rebirth, we've got the sun. All is well. New beginnings. Hopes and fears. Magician. Manifestation. Getting something to work out. And then we've got here, we've got this 10 of Cups. So there's manifesting divine love. And the outcome is a 3 of Wands, making preparations to expand, to go to overseas. There's an expansion of an idea. leaving somebody in a Ten of Swords burden. We got sacrifice, Ten of Swords burden. Somebody's being let go and they're having to carry their own cross. While you come into a Nine of Cups, Star, for persevering, for doing all the hard work. And you've got a Knight of Wands. Mr. Impassioned, Mr. Passionate is getting disconnected. And very swiftly they will be in a tower, or there's a fast tower. Things are falling apart very quickly for these people. These people, this person, take it as it resonates. So, justice. The law of cause and effect. Justice is being served. Somebody's trying to think fast. Knight of Swords energy. The law of cause and effect is happening right now. Somebody's trying to think fast. Last night they were making plans. Somebody said, I'll follow your lead. They want to eliminate. They want to capture a feminine energy. So what? They're thinking fast. Your boundaries are firm here. Moving forward, again, overseas opportunities. So there's an alignment here. There's preparations. You're weary. You're ready to expand. You're moving forward with an enterprise. This could be, what was that? A growing idea, an expansion of a solution idea, maybe. We got the devil here. This is the subconscious. Somebody's trying to defend their beliefs. Justice is happening. This is for this devil. And Mr. Charming, the passion project crap. The Emperor is here with a Knight of Cups. Mr. Prince Charming. What's going on with that? Star. So it could be that the Emperor has made a proposal to a star. This, the expectation is that it's gonna what? It's gonna cause somebody to go out of balance. I don't know. Let's see. What's going on with those who are out of temperance? Oh. The Empress. Extremes. Self-healing. Somebody's drinking heavily due to this Empress. It could be this Empress star that received a proposal. Somebody's out of balance because of the Empress. We've got the nostalgia, so there's history, there is memories, looking at the past, patterning. So there's history regarding the foundation. Could be returning to a frugal foundation. Queen of Pentacles has the money. And then this came out in the reverse. We got Page of Cups in the reverse. So there's a working parent dealing with an emotional, immature, irresponsible, disappointment of a son. The Sun card is in the environment. There's a rebirth. All is well. New beginnings. Celebration. All is well. And then we've got competition. 5 of Wands. So what? The Sun is here fighting, debating, in the midst of a territorial conflict, but all is well. They're manifesting a 10 of Cups, divine love, true love, and support. And 5 of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's in regret, having revenge, remorse. They have failed. This is an expansion of an idea. It's a growing idea and a new beginning. So it's an overseas opportunity, a fresh new beginning. You may be going somewhere else. You may be relocating. Ace of Wands, Queen of Swords. So you got a bunch of opportunities. You've got the urge to create. This is a new opportunity. You've got strong willpower and a lot of passion to go for it. You're clear-minded. You're resting in your Queen of Swords energy, so you know the truth about what it is you're doing. You're not being bamboozled. You're actually moving forward with clarity. And somebody, we got the Sun giving somebody a painful ending. Look, painful endings. The Sun is here with the High Priestess. Yeah, these ones are undergoing painful endings. It's time for you to plan for the future. You have persevered through all of the illusions. You've been working real hard. And the Queen of Wands is determined for this life. She's courageous, confident, independent. And we've got the 10 of Cups, divine love, family contentment. And again, the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like, Mama has the money. There's a song by the Strange Tones. How does it go? Mama makes more. Mama makes more. Anyhow, it looks like the Queen of Pentacles has the coin purse, and the Sun is eliminating this conflict. Justice is being served. They're trying to defend themselves. They're trying to think fast. They got a plan. They're following the lead of somebody. They could be traveling forward. They might be trying to travel forward to get into somebody's energy. It's like they're going to do something and then somebody else is going to come in and save the day, or there's some kind of crap like that. Good cop, bad cop crap. Justice is being served on, and somebody's trying to think fast because they're having a nightmare. They're in a freaking nightmare. So they're trying to defend their beliefs. They're having a nightmare. They can't sleep. Justice is being delivered. They're challenged because you are resilient and your boundaries are firm and you're moving forward. This could be expanding, like more and more people are standing up. We've got the High Priestess here. So the High Priestess, there's moving forward, and the High Priestess has some overseas opportunities, or there's an enterprise, some kind of global change. The devil is here in Mr. Passion energy. Oh yeah, the devil's coming forward in the Nine of Wands energy. And the Knight of Swords is in a nightmare. We've got the Knight of Wands trying to be charming. They're overthinking with the Two of Swords in the reverse. They're having inner turmoil. They may see the truth finally about what it is they got going on. They don't know what to do. The Emperor is here. It looks like the Emperor is here with a proposal for a star. Or he's overseeing a proposal for a star. We've got Three of Wands again. So Three of Wands again is here. We've got it in the challenge position, in the outgoing position, and now we have it in the recent past. So there's success here for the star again. Battle ready. You're on the top of that. You got your, look, you're ready. You got, nobody can reach you here, star. This is an overseas opportunity of success. You're moving forward. You got something going on. This could be happening worldwide. All the stars are connecting with each other. Somebody here is, there could be an alcoholic. Or something, somebody wants to go to extremes. What's going on? Because they're worried about this Empress. The Empress is here. The Empress is overwhelmed. There's an Empress overwhelmed. Somebody, is there an Empress that is overwhelmed? Did somebody not do their thing? It's like they're in Temperance reversed energy, and now they're in a Ten of Wands overwhelmed. It's like they didn't do what they were supposed to do. There's a false Empress. Somebody faking it, trying to make it. We got the history or a return to stable foundations. The wheel turns. So there's a return to a stable yet frugal foundation. It'll be a nice lot if you're going to have everything you need, and then you got 4 pentacles going towards the foundation, and then you've got what, the rest of your wealth is in the bank, being saved, or for a rainy day or for a project or whatever. Take it as it resonates. Queen of Pentacles is here, is a working parent of an emotionally immature, irresponsible page of cups. There's no love in that page. And there could be letting go, something letting go. Three of Swords reversed. They might be letting go. Somebody may have to heal from trauma. There could be a Queen of Pentacles dealing with a child who has gone through trauma, trying to overcome depression, trying to get healing. In the environment, we got the Sun dealing with this territorial conflict, this wealth, Nine of Cups. So there's a fight here for the Nine of Cups, for the wealth. The Sun is in a fight for this wealth. There's a big fight happening. Manifesting a Ten of Cups, divine love, union, total love and support. We've got the Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody has failed. They're having revenge, remorse, because you've manifested Ten of Cups, revenge, remorse, and the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a jealous, chaotic, mean person having revenge, remorse, because you were able to manifest your divine love. The Sun is here fighting over this wealth right there. And we've got the Three of Wands, expansion, overseas opportunity, new beginnings with the Fool and King of Pentacles, a wealthy businessman. Four of Swords, taking a break, recuperating, and Four of Wands, coming home. So making plans for the future. You're going home, and you know the truth about all this conflict. You know the truth about this conflict and this illusion. There's a light shining on it. And there could be a light shining on all the pages who are saying that they have a crush or they want to get into a relationship. Because we got the Chariot here. You know, you're going places, and you got the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a light shining on the youngers. Their hearts and their minds and their intentions are being viewed before they get on that Chariot and get offered the Ace of Pentacles. The Hierophant is here sacrificing folks who caused you to fight for your 10 of Cups. It belongs to you. And the Emperor is bringing somebody a damn tower. Because we're returning to balance. This competition, somebody was being aggressive regarding your new beginning and your 2 of Cups union. But you're very strong. There's very strong judgment coming for this interference, and they're in an utter defeat. An utter defeat. There's a team working here with the Sun, and they are victorious here. They're 8 of Pentacles. They're very ambitious, and they're having a victory. And you got the Empress here coming into... The Empress is in the beginning, and that's the end of a cycle. The end of a damn cycle. It's over with the Death card. They can't mess around with the Empress anymore. The days of them messing with the Empress and the High Priestess are over. And the Star, the Rejuvenator, the humans who have been utilized as batteries for these lifeless duplicates. The Divine said that this was the end of their relationship with batteries, meaning they cannot couple with a human anymore. No, it's going to be a human with a human. No more sneaky little fraud, hybrid, freaking, you know, baby eater marrying a human and then winding up hating the children and sacrificing them and doing all kinds of horrible things because they hate humans. They just need what human has. Because last night somebody was being told, these duplicates were being told that whoever is handing out houses and land or whatever, they only serve humans, humanity. So whoever these other species are, they're very pissed. And I think this is why they were trying to eliminate humanity, because they wanted to claim everything that the humans were being given. And then they were altering their genetics through forced breeding programs and genetic alteration to claim the spot, the position, to become human. That's over. There's death. The law of cause and effect is in order. Somebody's trying to defend themselves. They're trying to think fast. They're in a nightmare. This is a damn nightmare. They're having anxiety. They're in fear. They're out of balance. Your boundaries are up. You're moving forward. High Priestess. You're intuitive. You got your inner voice. You are divinely connected. Successful. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. So we got codependent, passion boy here, overthinking, seeing the truth, doesn't know what to do now. Oh crap, they're just, you know, little Mr. Passion, running around, flinging their wand all over the place. They're worried. They're having inner turmoil. Why? Because you're looking at the lighter side of life. They can't pull you into South Node. They can't switch places with you. You're refusing to take on their persona, and they can't stream negativity through the mind anymore. This cyberware warfare of the mind. The Emperor is here. Knight of Cups. There's a charming proposal for a star. You're on the top of that mountain there. You are a successful star, and you're taking the high road, going on an adventure. You're aware that being happy means you're on the right path. So whatever this is, you're happy with it. But we have Temperance in the reverse here for an Empress who is in a 10 of Wands burden. They're feeling overwhelmed. They're out of balance. It's like they didn't do what they were supposed to do. Service. Somebody really needs help. Maybe those who are in Temperance reversed energy are stalking the Empress because they're feeling overwhelmed and they need her services. We're looking at the history, or returning to a history of a frugal yet stable foundation where all your needs are going to be met. The cycle turns, the wheel turns. We got honesty in the reverse. Somebody's lying here. Somebody's lying. There could be a look into the history going on regarding the Four of Pentacles, regarding scarcity, regarding dishonesty. The wheel is turning on that. Queen of Pentacles is here with a Page of Cups in the reverse. They're very disappointed. They're overcoming depression, their trauma. They got trauma stuff going on. We got blame. So they have to accept responsibility for their own stuff. They're trying to blame their friends. They're blaming their friends for what it is they've done. The Sun is here in a fight for the Nine of Cups. And peace. These brutalizers of the living, these thieves, they don't want peace, and so they got to get removed. You're manifesting a 10 of Cups, total love and support, foundation. This is an end. You know, whoever was trying to bring a Five of Swords conflict to you, they failed and they wish to make amends. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. They're jealous, they're chaotic, they're mean. They want to make amends. Are you serious? Who wants to make amends with a jealous, chaotic, and mean person? Especially when you have a blissful, divine love. Why would you want that energy in your environment? Stupid. You possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You're successful, and you got this chaotic, mean person who wants to get in there and be forgiven and continue doing whatever it is they're doing. We've got expansion here with the Three of Wands and a new beginning for the King of Pentacles. He's in the upright. He's in the upright. We got loneliness here. He's never alone. Even when he knows that when he seems to be alone, he's not alone. It's like, there's a Queen of Pentacles who could be in a Page of Cups reverse energy. It's hard to say, because up here we got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse wanting to reconcile. It's like, they're not willing to take responsibility. You persevered, you're very disciplined, and you persevered through this envious bullpucky. You've got your freedom from this because They have failed, and yet they're still wanting forgiveness, you know? There's a change going on here. You're thankful for this life. You're a being of love. You're an empath. And judgment is being called. These ones need to surrender their need to control. The money, the life force, vitality, you know, whether you get to live or die, whether you get to have happiness or suffer, you know, whether you get to have support system or be alone. I mean, these people were brutal. And now they're in fear. They're grieving these higher vibrational relationships because this is over. There's death here. It could be that these higher vibrational relationships are bringing a death to their opportunity to continue bringing war to the love of the human being. This is starting to become very clear. A lot of people betrayed humanity for profit. They were human, and they betrayed humanity for profit. They betrayed their own race, their own species, thinking them stupid. They took the easy way out. But now they don't get out at all. Justice is being served. The law of cause and effect. What you put out is coming back. You got a Knight of Swords here trying to think fast. They're in a nightmare. They have no balance. There is no harmony for this person. They are completely full of anxiety and fear. They can't sleep. And they're coming in wanting a small favor. And you know, favors are like permissions. It's like a gift. It's like a favor is a relationship. It's like an agreement to an interaction or an exchange. But your boundaries are up. You might be moving away, preparing to get out of Dodge. You're a high priestess. You're successful. You know there's no greater goal than to love. But you've got some people here who are dishonest. Whoever this is in a Nine of Swords, this Knight of Swords that's in a Nine of Swords is out of balance, needing a small favor. They're full of dishonesty, and you know it. You know this person's dishonest. They're a devil, and there's a Knight of Wands energy here too. So it's like they're coming in at two different. Look, they're around this Empress. I mean, this High Priestess here. You got one coming in with a small favor, and then you got this other one coming in with some kind of passionate energy. They're overthinking it. They don't quite know what to do. They're having inner turmoil. They're worried because you're a high vibrational person. They want to connect with you and then tear up your emotional world. Welcome. It's like welcome in the reverse. You're not welcoming them. They're not welcome. You don't want to have anything to do with them. We got the Emperor here who either is giving a proposal or he is overseeing one for the Star, who is successful with the Three of Wands, rejuvenated, taking the high road, happy, and curious about what this new adventure is. We've got somebody in a Temperance reversed energy. And it could be that they're out of balance. And whoever these ones that have been sucking off the teeth of the mother, they have no balance. It's like they got to check in for realignment. They're overwhelmed and they need the services of this Empress. You know, they forced her to care. Look, they got bad news here. Bad freaking news. Bad news. Somebody went to extremes when it came to the Empress, who was providing services, and now they're overwhelmed. They've got some bad news. Yeah, they went to extremes with this Empress who was providing them services. They may have really overwhelmed this person, or maybe they are overwhelmed now. We've got history, we've got memories, we've got this scarcity. The wheel is turning on dishonesty. Plans. The wheel is turning on dishonest plans. So we've got some people out here who are lying, cheating, stealing. They want to get together soon. Queen of Pentacles. What the heck? Queen of Pentacles. We've got insecurity, irresponsibility, frustration, immaturity, healing from trauma, letting go, blaming friends. They need advice. The Sun is here fighting over this Nine of Cups, wealth and peace. And we've got grapevine in the reverse. It's like there's what, nothing to talk about. You're not interested in what anybody has to say. You're not interested in rumor. You're in the mix. Manifesting a 10 of Cups union. We've got Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Jealous, chaotic, and mean. They have failed here, and they have a desire to reconcile because you possess the gifts of the soul that benefit them. Look. Health. So you have your health, you have the gifts of the soul, and they want to reconcile because you're it. It's like she's here blaming friends, blaming trauma. But they're in a state of immaturity and irresponsibility, blaming their friends, blaming their trauma. They're trying to get some sort of advice. You're overseas, you're overseas, you're going overseas, there's something going on, there's growth of an idea, there's a new beginning here. You may be moving to a new country. King of Pentacles, you know that you're never alone. You're a very successful provider. You're very honest. You may have been spending a lot of time alone, but you're not alone. You may have been going on a spiritual journey. We got past. You still haven't gotten over what was done in the past. Somebody is uncertain about what to do. They want to check in because you're the gift, man, and you're uninterested. You're uninterested. You're uninterested in working with this person because you know that they're greedy and they just want to reconnect so that they can continue using you as an entertainment device or whatever. You're saying goodbye. Goodbye. You know you're an empath. You know what this is and you're laughing it off. You're like you might be laughing in their face and they're yelling. They're super mad. They think you're a nuisance and they need to get in your energy so that they can vent, so they can get something off their chest, so that they can manipulate your perception of reality and play in your energy and manipulate others' perception of you. But there's great news here. You've got love here to support you in the future and give you a safe space. Wonderful. So that's good. It's strange because we've got an upright Queen of Pentacles here and an upright Empress. It looks like, I don't know. We got some stuff going on. Somebody's messed up over this. And they're masculines. And these women who are jealous, chaotic, and mean. But to be quite honest, I don't know that they're human. And if they are, I don't think they may not be actual women. The law of cause and effect is here. There's a King of Swords or Knight of Swords trying to defend his beliefs. He's in a Nine of Swords nightmare. He's having anxiety. He can't sleep. He's out of balance. He needs a small favor. He was tempted. He took a bribe. He took a bribe. He took a bribe to do a small favor. He wants to do a thing to somebody. He's being bribed. Somebody needs a small favor. He's taking a bribe to do something. So he's trying to think fast. He's trying to come in. He's driven to succeed. He's completely out of balance. He's in a temperance reversed energy. Yeah, he took a bribe to do something for somebody. Your boundaries are up. You're moving forward. You're the High Priestess. You're successful. You know there's no greater goal than to love. And you know that whoever this is a liar. Yeah, they're a liar. They're dishonest. They're dishonest. And they're paranoid about what they've done in the history. It's like whoever this is, they need to get back in the energy, but it's like they're frightened about what they did, the lies they told in the history regarding this High Priestess, this innocent person, high value, sacredly connected. The devil is here in a Knight of Wands energy. He's coming forward. He's like, oh yeah, let's do this. He's overthinking. He's got some inner turmoil going on, indecision. He's worried that you're focused on the lighter side of life and you're not welcoming this person. You don't want this person in your world. It's like, I have nothing to do with you. He can't connect. It's like, get out. Nobody wants your devil. Nobody wants your devil wand. Because he's a thief and you know it. You're laughing at him. Or he's thinking you're going to laugh at him. He's going insane. Having a bunch of inner turmoil. He's worried. You're not welcoming him. He needs to steal from you. You know he's a thief. The Emperor is here, perhaps overseeing proposals of the Shining Ones. They're going on an adventure. They're taking the high road, and maybe they did. They took the high road where everybody else, took the easy path. You took the high road. Now you're way up there. They can't reach you. You're curious. You're happy. You're ready for the future. You're the gift. You're the gift. You may be getting more gifts. Somebody wants to check in for realignment. They're in a temperance reversed energy. They overwhelmed and heavily burdened this Empress, who was also providing them with services, and now they've got some bad news. This burden now belongs to them. They need her services, but they're being rejected. They're being rejected. She's no longer providing services to them. They said, like I think I mentioned earlier, there was some folks that are giving out properties and such, and they were telling the doubles, the doppelgangers, the clones, the duplicates, that they only serve humanity. So you've got a bunch of copycats out there trying to get in on this Empress's goods and services, and they're not receiving any of it. They got to go take care of them damn selves. They can no longer mooch off the mother that isn't even part of their species. They hate her. They hate humans. And yet they want the stuff that belongs to them. They tried to, they genetically spliced, trying to make themselves appear as though they were human, but they're not. And it was never, this breeding kind of a thing was not voluntary. It was either manipulated or forced. Or the ova were stolen and whatever, grown in a bag of still water. Take it as it resonates, whatever. So we got the history here regarding the scarcity of your foundation. There's some dishonest plans here. Somebody wants to, they're lying through their teeth. The wheel is turning. There's a change going on. Somebody's lying through their teeth. They want to make plans to get together soon, but this is part of a strategy. They want to mind F you. Yeah. Queen of Pentacles is here. Disappointed, immature, irresponsible, or dealing with somebody who is. It could be that they're letting them go because they're blaming their friends. Somebody needs advice. Now, whether this is the Queen of Pentacles herself in this energy, or whether she is a parent dealing with the Page of Cups in this energy, take it as it resonates. Somebody needs unsolicited, or somebody took some unsolicited advice. They were certain they knew best what to do, and they cursed themselves, or they cursed somebody, and they're blaming their friends. So yeah, this is a parent with a child. They could be letting them go. Because they got caught up with a group of friends that thought it was great fun to go curse innocent people. They could also be offering forgiveness. I don't know, but we're just going to have to wait and see. We got the Sun here fighting for the Nine of Cups, wealth and peace. A release of the negative energy. Not interested in the what people are talking about, the grapevine, the rumors, the false stories of overindulgent people. There's nothing of interest that they have to say. You're manifesting a Ten of Cups union. There is a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, jealous, chaotic, and mean. They want to reconcile. They have failed, and they need to reconcile because you is where the health is at. You are the gift. You're the one that they need to siphon off of so that their life will be okay. They want to apologize here. But we have an overseas opportunity and a new beginning for the King of Pentacles. He's been alone, or he's been feeling very much like he's alone. He may be going on a spiritual journey. Whoever this Queen of Pentacles reversed is just a scammer. And this King of Pentacles is an honest person. Blind. We've got blind. He may not have seen. He may not know. He may be blind. And this is a conclusion. The conclusion of the illusion. Mercy is being shown, and preparations are being made. Somebody's in a nightmare because they're in a natural disaster. They have a need to survive. Stuff is happening because the family is coming into their reward. They have the Nine of Cups and the peaceful foundation. They're getting their reward, and somebody is furious because this sweet love has come together. The marriage has occurred. And now these egotistical, prideful people are losing their freedom. They're getting locked up. They're getting incarcerated because they were dominating good, moral people who earn merit, who do good things in the world. They were destroying their minds, and they're breaking their hearts and shattering their souls and feasting on their energy, driving them into misery. But they made it to their goal anyway, and now these ones are sick from all the magic that they did. It's going back on them. It's their work, it's their gift, and the whole network that put it out there is bound to every commitment that they tried to stick on this High Priestess Empress. They're disappointed here. They're lonely. They're sick over your high value, over your peace. Over your peace. So there may be somebody out there wearing a mask pretending to be a sweetheart. They may still try. That's all they got. But there's a schedule here, right? And they're being separated out from those who actually love themselves. And your alliances are triumphant here, collaborating for eternal love. These third wheel enemies have lost. They're hesitating. They don't know what to do. They're in danger. They fell into their own trap. While you get sweet dreams and a beautiful vow, your wish is coming true. And the bullies are being stopped. And they're protesting because their minds are all turning to mush. Whatever they've been doing to the people with this cyberware, it's now on them. They've been using cyberware to drive people insane. You know, everybody's got those damn nanoparticulates in them now, those nanobots or whatever. They messed with the biological transmitter and receiver of the divine by implanting these nanobots, these little chips of this cyberware, trying to hijack the actual consciousness of the human being. This was their job. And it could be you're getting a new job. You're getting a promise of a job. And this is good news. It's a miracle. The miracle is that what you've prayed for here is getting cast away. These ones are getting cast away. They were praying on your downfall, and now it's happening to them. You persevered through it, and so now death is upon them. It's on them because they were moving against you, and you did not fall. How many years ago? So many years ago, like, how long have I been here? 2 years? Seven years ago or something? These little jackwagons were complaining that the chip wasn't working. Whatever chip. Now I'm old, so I didn't get all the vaccine schedule. I didn't get all those shots. I don't do the flu shots. I don't do any of those shots. I'm like, I don't need that. I'm never sick. The only time I ever get sick is when I take your damn shots, so I don't do the shots. So whatever is in there, you know, I think, but I don't know how they get these nanoparticulates in the body, but they do. This crap is in. You can't trust these people. They're mad. They're mad, I tell you. So the justice is being served, and somebody's trying to think fast, man. They are in a nightmare. They have no balance, no harmony. They need a small favor, or they got paid to do a small favor for somebody. They're tempted. They want to come forward and say, hey, will you help me with this? Look, they're in a misfortune. They're having Leah. They're out of balance. They need a favor, or they needed one at first. Somebody bribed them to do something for them, and now they're in a misfortune. Stuff is burning down. They're having anxiety. They're freaking out. They're in fear. Everything's falling apart. They took a bribe and did work against this high priestess. Messed them up. You're resilient, high priestess, and you're moving forward. You're successful. You know there's no greater goal than to love. And these people, they are frightened about the lies that they told in the history. They slandered people. They ran programming like you're a transmitter receiver. So they were running like rhetoric, words, you know, like an audio tape through the mind. And it kept going. And you're like, why am I, you know, really driving myself crazy with this thought form? It's not. It was a downloaded freaking program that was being looped through the mind. And I'm not saying that happens all the time, but humanity and their consciousness was attacked by this system. They were trying to gain control, and they did, actually. It was really terrible. And now it's over. There's death here. They're afraid. They're having a misfortune. The house might be burning down. There's death. They know it's here. It's on their doorstep. They're paranoid of it. They know it's happening because of what they did to this loving, high vibrational, moral, and sacredly connected high priestess. They mess with her mind. They told a lot of lies. They brutalized her energy. All to rob her of her divine life, persona, existence. They're in despair. The devil here, Mr. Passion, doesn't know what to do. He's seeing the truth about things and he's worried. You choose to focus on the lighter side of life, and you're not welcoming this person into your energy because you know they're just a little thief. A little thief. We got merchant here. A little thief who wants to steal your life and sell it to the freaking merchant. They're worried because this has been their work. This is what they do. The Emperor is here overseeing or giving a proposal to a star. It's successful. The star is taking the high road. Two stars are taking the high road. They're here together. Whether it be the Emperor and a star, or whether it be a Knight of Cups and a star, take it as it resonates. They're happy and curious about what's going on. We got the gift here. There's lots of stuff. What can you do with your gifts? There's curiosity. Who have you become? What can you put out there? What can you put out there together? Because there is a proposal and there is a union, and you're doing stuff. So you're curious. What can you accomplish with these gifts? So these combined gifts of these two stars. Two very powerful stars. Oopsie, because you've got a high priestess and an emperor, and you've got this empress up there too. So this could be a high priestess empress and an emperor coming together. Young woman. Young woman. Could be a young woman. So we've got temperance reverse. Somebody went to extremes with this empress and they're overwhelmed. There's bad news. They're getting rejected for these services. She's not giving anything to them. They went to extremes on this empress, and now she's saying, okay, you do not get services anymore. They're only providing services to humans. And the majority of life on this planet is not human. There's a reunion here. So the Empress and the Emperor have been reunited. They're two stars. There has been a proposal. They're on the high ground. They are reunited, and they are rejecting those that aren't human. They're not giving any of their stuff to those that aren't human because they did the unthinkable. They did the unthinkable. They tried to get humanity to go extinct while they hijacked their genome, their genealogy, their DNA. They wanted to become human while they devolved the actual human with all of these CRISPR crap and other kinds of things with the brain and the consciousness. So there's looking at the history of scarcity. The wheel is turning on dishonesty. Somebody wants to make plans to get together soon. They have a strategy. They might be trying to read your mind, trying to make predictions. Wife. They want to find out what the strategy of this wife is. They want to mind read the wife. They want to make plans to get together. They want to ask a question. They want to probe your mind, wife. So you got some folks that are getting in this Emperor's wife's energy. They're a lying sack of crap, and they want to get together with her so that they can perform their mental strategy on her. This Queen of Pentacles could be a working mother of a Page of Cups reversed, an immature, irresponsible, frustrated little boy. He could be either getting forgiveness or getting let go. He's blaming his friends who he took unsolicited advice from and cursed people. As a service, he got paid to curse people. He thought that was the best way to make a living. That was the best job that he could find. And his mother is sitting here like, what the hell are you doing there? I don't know. It's Three of Swords reversed. So it could be that there is forgiveness and maybe she'll help him heal. But it also says letting go. It also says letting go. And there's no heartbreak to it. There's no grief or depression. There's just letting go. So that there can be a healing from the trauma that this person created by cursing people for money. There he's blaming his friends because he's probably narcissistic and doesn't want to take any accountability for his actions. The wedding has happened. The wedding has occurred and there is joy. So the Emperor and the Empress High Priestess is together. They've been reunited. They're in charge of the services and they've got the land back. That these aliens, they're not really aliens. They're just different species of bipeds calling themselves members of the human race. But they really tried to extinguish or exterminate Homo sapiens. So the Sun is fighting for this wealth, the Nine of Cups and peace. He wants to eliminate all this negative energy. And there's no interest whatsoever in listening to the rumors, the gossip, the speech patterns, the ideas, whatever, of these overindulgent people. Like, they just have nothing to say. They're just a bunch of crap. And we got wedding. So he's not interested in what any of these people say about his wedding. Look, you're just a bunch of, what do you call them? Lushes. You're just out there drinking yourselves to death and you want to criticize this person's wedding and they don't care what you have to say about it. there's like you're not important. Because he's manifested a 10 of Cups union here. Total love and support. And you got a Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Jealous, chaotic, and mean. Wants to make up, kiss and make up. Because they failed to take you out. And you're the one with the gifts. You're the one with the health. And now they want to apologize for trying to destroy your life. Look, pleasure seeker. A pleasure seeker. Overindulgent. Gossipy little twit wants to apologize and get back in your energy. You're moving. There's an enterprise, or you're going overseas. You've got a new beginning here. King of Pentacles. You're taking the money and you're going. You're honest. And you may have experienced a long time being alone, but you know you're never alone because it's the internal world, right? The kingdom of heaven is within you. So even though it may appear as though you're alone, you're not. Somebody's blind. Somebody can't see. Yeah. So the foe did not get the money, and they can't see what you're doing. They're blinded. Lover. Somebody wants to be a false lover. They may be trying to communicate with you, but it's a false lover who is sad and melancholy over your gifts. They're sick in the head, in their room. They might be praying, needing consolation, mercy, over you gaining your wings and taking off. You're on the high road. There's a message of surprise here and conversation that is bringing happiness. There's a priest who has hope of being a servant to love so that they can use their wisdom and fight against it, being a soldier. This is a friend who is sighing over the prison sentence of an old woman. They're waiting and they're in despair because somebody is sick in the house, and there's a widower here. They're soon going to pass away or whatever. So their house, their body may be sick. They're an enemy of the Lord. They can't get out of their head regarding your wealth and the faithfulness of a sweetheart, an innocent sweetheart, who this thief was constantly stealing from. But now there's happiness because these prideful little jackwagons are making their journey. They're going to get out of here. There was a message that the foundation is being cleared for the chosen. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are mad, and they're thinking, well, if I can't have it, you can't have it either, right? It's a typical narcissist response to not getting their way. And they're, you know, grown men, so they're strong, and they're freaking psychos, so they can do a lot of damage. And they dream about it, man. They have all kinds of plans to hurt people. It's their life. It's their life. They're not actually human. They hate humans. Now I'll pull a couple of these. Where are we? We're over an hour already. I'll go ahead and leave this one here where it's at. I hope that this clarifies something that you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.